The Heavenly Father hates a flatterer. Flatter. Let me see. He that speaketh, Job 17:5. He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. You're trying to flatter a person. F you. Most High gonna kill your kids. Because it says here in Job 32:21, let not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let them give flattering titles unto man. Right, don't give flattering titles. 22. For I know not to give flattering titles. In so much doing, my Maker would soon take me away. The Heavenly Father is going to kill you if you do that. Don't do that. Don't be giving flattering titles to your friends or just the people, except of persons. People of these type of, wow, you're like a god on this earth, man. You need to die for that. Lord, kill this dude. Kill this nigga. Cause you a sucker, you a beast, you an idiot, you a fool. Don't do that. Don't do that. Psalms 5:9. There is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre, which is death. They flatter with their tongue. Psalms 12:2. They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak. Verse 3. Psalms 12:3. The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things. So yeah, it's not a good thing to be flattering people, boy. And what does flatter mean? Flatter. Excessive and insincere praise, given especially to further one's own interests. You're trying to trick a person. You're trying to trick them for your own gain, or you're just fake with it, because the Lord said, Proverbs 27:2, let another man praise thee, and not thy own mouth, a stranger, and not thy own lips. Right. Let's say you do real good jobs or real good works and stuff like that. You're a carpenter or you're a painter, and you go around, I'm real good. It's gonna look kind of not good. You just do your work, and people will look at your work and be like, man, this guy's good, man. He got the perfect line. His paint and the color doesn't spill over. He does it within the lines. Hey, this guy's good. And then the word of mouth is gonna spread like, hey, this guy's good, man. You should hire him. And then, what I'm saying, so you gonna do good, yeah, Lord willing. But don't go around telling people, look, I'm the greatest. People don't like that, man. I don't know if you know, they don't like that. Look at the fighting, WWE or MMA, whatever. No, sorry, not WWE. That's bullshit. I wanted to say UFC. Sorry, not WWE. UFC, MMA. You have a lot of people that boast and are not humble. A lot of people don't like them. They can't wait to see you fall. But if you're always a humble fighter and you're not, out there, you're not trying to give no attention to yourself, you will have a lot of people that will be very sincere with you, and they will boast of you. They're gonna boast about you and of you. But if you do it yourself, people gonna hate your guts, man. It's not to say that when you're humble, people don't hate you. No. Well, they will hate you less. I'll tell you that. They will dislike you less. Right? So don't be flattering people. But that's what they was doing back in the ancient time before the flood. And after the flood, they're still doing it until this day. But here you have another guy, Biggie, which I didn't also listen to, still don't. But you got a few good songs, but I still don't listen to it. I played this song just before I made this video. I played this song, so I was like, huh? Yeah, I remember this song because I wanted to see if this song was it. But he said, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Well, that goes back to before the flood, because it says here, who men could not honor in their presence. Sorry, who men could not honor in presence. They wasn't there because they dwelt far off, or they was far away, or you were dead. They took the counterfeit of their visage from far. Visage is the way you look. What? Oh man. A game named Visage? I didn't know that. A person's face, appearance, a person's facial expression. You know, manifest image. Dun, 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 dun. To see, sight, to see. So your sight. And when people see you, they see your body. Okay? Not just your face. They see your entire body. So they took the counterfeit of his visage from far and made an express image of a king, so his whole body, not just his face, whom they honored, that had been killed or died or whatever, to the end that by this, their forwardness, they might flatter him that was absent. He wasn't here, maybe he was afar off, or maybe he's dead. Just like the son that died over here, and then the father made an idol unto that son and started worshiping him as if he was a god. Now, where did I read that again? I read it somewhere. Not somewhere. I mean, oh yeah, here. I read it here. I need to color it different actually then. Anyway, right. So there you have that part. Right, you're nobody till somebody kills you. And then they start glorifying you and then putting you on a pedestal. Don't they put this guy on a pedestal? Don't they put this guy on a pedestal? I think they even wanted to make a statue of this guy. They immortalized their pictures, hang it up with crusted gold or silver, whatever type of jewelry around the frame, you know, stuff like that. They put him with a king crown on his head. Biggie with a king crown on his head. Let me see. The king of New York, yeah, this one. Right. They put a king crown on his head and stuff like that. You know, now they call him the king. When he was living, he wasn't really called the king, but he was so-called great in this. But what? They made a what? I didn't know this. Well, there you have it. They made a king out of this. They made a puppet out of this dude. Literally a puppet. They made a puppet out of this dude. Well, he's not fat. Oh, he does have his king. Ooh, did not know that. Yeah, but that's what they do. They immortalize you. Hey, wait a minute. I wasn't even thinking about it. They actually did make an image out of him. And I bet you the graven image is weird. So it says here, verse 16. So Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 16. Thus in process of time, an ungodly custom grew strong, grown strong, was kept as law. It's probably a law for them niggas in New York that you got a puppet like that, you know, a statue like that, or I don't know how you call it, but it's a puppet, right? It's a puppet they call it, or a toy like that. It's still an image. And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings. Yeah, man, you probably, if you making it big, you come out of New York, you know what I'm saying, you gotta honor notorious big, or they ain't gonna like you. Man, you ain't really from New York. You don't even like Biggie. You understand? He the king. Yeah. Stuff like that. Right. So the giants did things like that. And you had also men that were not sincerely giants in stature, but they were giants in the game. They were strong. Those are the Nephilim, by the way. Which is Napayal, which means fallen ones. And who is fallen? The house of David is fallen. Those are those. So you had two giants back in the days. The ones of stature and the other ones that are fallen ones. Right. I have another video explaining that, but I'll leave that at that. Like I said, like I just read, you have the feeding of the milk, and then you have the feeding of the meat. If I tell you that the Israelites are actually the giants mentioned in Genesis 6 and 3 or 4 or something like that, You would say, no, it's talking about the Rephaims. No, it's actually not. Because these are different giants than the sons of God that made children with the daughters of men. Those giants were actually fallen ones, named Napayal. And these were called Raphaim. So it's kind of the same word, but it's not the same word as a meaning. Right? So here you have the Rephaims and stuff like that. And here you have the children of Canaan. The Hittites, Perizzites, and the Rephaims. You have the Amorites and stuff like that. You have the giants called Anakims and stuff like that. Zumims, Anakims. It's a reason. Wait, let me read everything. Genesis 14:5. And in the 14th year of Zedor Laomer, and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaim in Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and the Zuzims in Ham, and the Enmins in Shaves, Kiriathaim. Right. So you had different names for giants back in those days. So the Rephaims, you had the Zuzims, you had the Emins, and one of these actually is called long-necked ones. Which one was those? Wait a minute. We see Genesis 14. Genesis 14 and what again? 14 and 5? 14 and 5. Okay, the Rephaims, which is this. Let me see, Hebrews 7:9. What? 7:9-7? Rapayam. Giants, Rephaim. Old tribe of giants. Okay, cool cat. Right. So that's that, right? And then you have, let me check out the word giants in Genesis 6. Here, to show you. I did a video about this a long time ago, but maybe I'll get into it another time. There were giants in the earth in those days. Hebrew 53:03, which is Napayal, right? Which is called then the Nephilim in the English. Nephilim, right? And then therefore, if you go to the book of Psalms 83, Psalms 82 actually, not Psalms 83, Psalms 82, verse 6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. So here you have the word Allah, which is Hebrew 40:30. Allahayim, right, which are God. But then you have here the word Hebrew fall, the word fall, which is Hebrew 53:07. Napal, to fall. So this word here is napayal, napayala, which is napayal, and then this word is here napal. And then when you go to this one over here, it says napayal, right? And then you see the root word of napayal, which is giants, right? The root word of napayal is, click on this one, Napal. Nepal. Nepal. And the other one is Napayal. It comes from the same word, which means to fall. And then who are the fallen ones? David fallen. First name Acts. Here too. Amos 9 and 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and will raise up his ruins which are fallen. And I will build it as in the days of old. So, the house of David is going to be raised up again, the tabernacle of David. Acts 15 and 16. After this I will return, and build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down. The fallen ones. And I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. And these, King David and them, they were strong. I'm going to give you an example. Joshua 23 and 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000, for the Lord your God, he it is that fighteth for you, as he had promised you. 1,000. Right. So it says here in the book of, where was it? The song that they was, the song that they was reading, the singing. Here, First Samuel 18 and 7. And the women answered one another as they played, and said, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. So David was a real, he was killing people, but hey man, he killed a lot of people. And he killed hundreds of thousands of people, by the way. This was just when he was young. Later on, he started killing hundreds of thousands of people. And Joshua too. How many kingdoms did they kill? Joshua killed like what, 30 kingdoms? Joshua killed 30 kings. How many was it? 30 kings? How many kings? How many kings did Joshua kill? 31. I thought 30. Okay, cool. Now that's 30 kingdoms, huh? Not just 30 kings, but 30 kingdoms. That's what Joshua killed. Yo, that's godlike power upon the planet Earth. Now, how the hell did they do that? Well, the Heavenly Father gave him that power, because he said he will fight for you. I'm going to give you an example. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go and to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself. These were the giants. Cities great and fenced up to heaven. That's how big those cities of those people were. Big. Giant people. And they still killed them. A people great and tall. The children of the Anakims, whom thou knowest, and of whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? Nobody. You can't beat them. They'll stomp on you and flatten you and eat you too. Understand therefore this day that Yahweh thy power, thy God, is he which goeth over before thee. As a consuming fire he shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord had said unto thee. Because they was wicked. They was doing the same worshiping idol thing again, because they thought they was tough. Just like their ancestors before the flood. You know, the bloodline. And everybody came from Adam. From Adam to Noah, and from Noah to all. So that bloodline was still there, so they was born again. Speak not thou in thine heart after that the Lord thy God had cast them out from before thee, saying, for my righteousness the Lord had brought me to possess this land, But for the wickedness of these nations, the Lord doth drive them out from before thee. Yeah. So the Israelites shouldn't be saying in their heart, you see, I'm this great, tough guy. I'm better than you. That's why I won. No. The Israelites won because they was wicked. And the Lord wanted to kill them. So he used the Israelites to kill them. and no other nation could do it. Nobody could stand before the children of Anak. They would get their ass smoked. Their ass handed to them, like, here's your ass back. Verse 5. Not for thy righteousness, or for the uprightness of thy heart, dost thou go to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations, Yahweh thy power doth drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand therefore that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. But he has to keep his promise because he's a man of his word. He's the Lord. He's the man of his word. He has to keep his promise that he gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob by giving these people. And they're stubborn as hell. Remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord thy God to wrath in the wilderness. And he killed them. From the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt until ye came into this place, ye have been rebellious against the Lord. And what did he later tell us? He's going to kill us if we don't listen to his word. And guess what? We went into slavery. Okay, cool. But he's going to punish the people that put us in slavery. So don't get it twisted. You see, it was your fault, nigger. You should listen to your God. Really? So you don't have a God? What did your God tell you? To murder us? Butcher us? Have no mercy? I guess judgment is going to come for you too then, devil. You're going to get punished too then. Isn't it so? Right. So going back to over here. Right. Genesis 15 and 18. In the same day, Yahweh made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed. Oh, yeah. Well, go on. Now, it was shown here that in what did I want to say? Well, yeah, so I think I forgot about that, but yeah, I'll leave it. But I think the point was that, we fought against these nations and, yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say, sorry. So, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So if you look at this, it looks like it's very big. From the river of Egypt unto Euphrates has been given unto the seed of Israel, unto the seed of Abram. So, unto Abram and to his seed. So that's, you can grab the map and then you can look it out for yourself. You can look it up for yourself. From the river of Egypt unto the river of Euphrates. Now, which river of Egypt? Okay, I don't know that one, so I don't know how big it is. But I do know that if there's a river in Egypt, from that river all the way to the river Euphrates, that's the land of the children of Israel. Okay, and who was in that land? The Kenites, and the Kenizzites, and the Cadmonites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Rephaims, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. These were in that land. And Esau went to go marry this one, and let me see which one more. The Hittite and the Hivites, all right. Hittite and Hivites, and also Ishmael. And I think he had a few others, but of course these children also went to go have children with them, with the other people, stuff like that, right? And going back to over here, no, it was then therefore here, then good, yeah, right. So he made children with this one, and I think he made children with this one also later, but I'm not sure. So I need to reread it again. Sorry about that. Deuteronomy 2 and 11. And when we pass by from my brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt, okay, I already read this in the other video. Yeah, I already read this also, but still. to show you that there were giants in the land, and you had different sizes of giants. You had before the flood, they got their ass flooded. And then you had the giants after the flood, and they got their ass killed. By whom? Here? No, here? Here. No, that was here. Wow. Okay. I know whom, but I wanna read it. By Moses, but then I was looking for the actual verse where I put it. I can't. Huh. I have no idea where I put it. I think it was here then. It must be. Oh yeah, here. Here, Moses killed them. He killed the remnant of the giants. He killed them. But there were others too, because later on, King David, came, and then there were giants in those days too. So he didn't exterminate them; he killed them. And of course, according to the book of 2 Ezra chapter 5, they did get smaller, less in stature than the ones that were before them. So they started out here, and then they slowly got shorter and smaller and shorter and smaller. And then, the giants were, just very big. Here you had the gigantus ones, and then they turned into giants, and then they turned into people of tall stature, stuff like that, of a big stature. But they were gigantic in the beginning. So were the animals. So were the people. The people. Right. So, yeah. I think I'm done. Let me see if I covered everything. Didn't forget anything. Wait. I think I did forget something. Oh, yeah. I did forget it. Now, these are the places of Edom. As you can see. Edom that went with these Canaanites. These big people. Edom was big too, don't get it twisted. But then Jacob was big too, by the way. But not as big as the other ones. They were big. And these are the openings of their buildings and stuff like that. Of their houses. As you can see here. This looked Photoshop. Yes, it is. It just looked Photoshop, and it is. But this is Photoshop, as in, look how small. And they purposely broke the heads. That's what a cave monkey does. These so-called Caucasian people. Everything is intact, but always the nose breaks off. Really? Really? In the face. Really, man? That's what you're going to do? Anyway, that shows that he's a sore loser. He can't handle that he didn't make these great things. And that it is not theirs, because they got this from the Hamites. Okay, this can go, and then there for this. These places, and if you check out these places, this is Mount Seir, this is Great Britain, this is the White House, this is Rome. These are the same people, the Edomites. The Caucasian people are the Edomites. They're the same. Here, Mount Seir, you have in Spain, you have these Colosseums. You have in Greece, you have the same thing. Rome, France, Great Britain, Russia, Germany, United States, Edomite kingdoms. They are the same people. It's the same. They're the same people. They do the same things. They built the same way. Okay? Let me see here. Wait. Right, because this was the video that I did in 2018 over here, so yeah, I can wipe this away. Let me see if I missed something. Right, I think I have covered everything, and yeah, Joshua killed 31 kingdoms, and their 31 kings. So you can imagine how strong they were. Those are the sons of God. That's the power that our people had back in the days. And we got weaker, because the Lord took his spirit away from us. And we couldn't fight before our enemies. We couldn't stand before our enemies anymore. Nobody can stand in front of the Caucasian race now. They're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. Because they got their little weapons and stuff like that. But once the Lord puts the spirit back upon the Jacob descendants, their little pew pew is not going to work. Pew pew, pew pew pew, pew pew. It's not going to work. It's going to sound like that, even though they're coming up with some bazookas. Doesn't matter. We're going to hand jog, smack that shit out your face, out your wrist, break your wrist, and do stuff to you. So we're going to handle that. But once that time comes, then it will come. But for now, that's it. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.